Joining us on stage is Felipe Oliveira.
Hello, everybody. My name is Felipe, and I'm here today to talk about Saunter. So Saunter's mission is to help and encourage people to take more breaks during the working hours. The idea of work and play is gone. We just work and work and work even more. In fact, we are going to spend an average of 90,000 hours working during our lives. This is half of the time we're going to spend awake. So this became one of the most important things in our lives. But for some people, it became even more important than their lives. In Japan, there's this word karoshi, which means death from overwork. So people are literally dying because they're working too much. These are not homeless people. These are people who had been working for so long and they were so tired that they fell asleep on the floor waiting for the train or the bus. But Japan is just a more extreme version of it. We are all suffering from it. Joseph shot himself after working for 5 months at Uber. Miro had a seizure and died after working for 72 hours straight. Isabella was fired after a medical absence caused by overwork. And Jean left a suicide note saying that work was the only reason why he was taking his own life. And we also have our word, and it's burnout. And the meaning is mental collapse caused by overwork or stress. But work shouldn't be like this, right? This should be something that is good for us. We get money, we build a career, we have purpose in life. But it also affects our mental and physical health and impacts our level of happiness. And this is particularly bad when more than half of the population is not happy with work. And this is not getting better. The younger generation is already experiencing problems related to work. This is not affecting just one's health. This is also affecting businesses. They're losing an average of $1 trillion every year and $153 billion for American businesses. So what are we doing to overcome this situation? Some people, they change their careers, they move to a different city, a smaller city. Businesses, they change the floor plan, they install ping pong tables, and they have free beers during working hours. But this is literally not working. Just remember that Uber was the place where the guy shot himself after working there for 5 months. So what do? I have one thing that is really easy to implement in your life. You can do it tomorrow if you want to. It's cheap, it doesn't cost anything. And this thing is taking more breaks during working hours. Breaks improve your mood, make you more creative, make you more productive, makes you healthier because you have to move around, and it also makes you to interact with people. And if you want to go more scientific, when doctors first started to scan people's brain to study brain activity, they had to scan the brain of someone doing nothing so they could compare it to someone who was engaged in some sort of activity. And then when they got the results, they were amazed because the brain was more active in a person that wasn't doing anything. And they thought that their scanner was broken. And they did it again, and the results were the same, and they did it again. And then they call this the default network or daydreaming or mind wandering, which means that when you're not doing anything, this is actually when the brain is working and making the connections, and this is where the ideas come from. And that's why sometimes you can solve a problem when you're not doing anything. And specialists around the world, they have been asking successful people where they were when they had this amazing idea, this incredible idea. And they always say walking at the park, or cooking, or taking care of the kid. Guess one thing that is never on the list is the workplace. The workplace is killing creativity. And it's easy to imagine that because it's really hard for us to think about something when we're constantly pressured by deadlines and overload, and the workload and the deadline that is for tomorrow. But look, I've been there. I was there last night preparing for this presentation. And I know that it's really hard for us to step away from our computers, and that's why we created Saunter. Saunter is an app that manages and personalizes daily breaks according to your work routine. We wake up in the morning every day and we are already stressed because we have to face traffic, the train, we have to bike to work. And when we get there, we just open our computers and we're in front of our computers all day, every day in front of the screen. But Jessica, she's using the new app Saunter. And Saunter every day in the morning gives her a list of breaks that she's gonna take during the day. And the first one is coffee. She's disconnected from everything while her peers are still working nonstop. She's taking time for her to breathe. She's completely recharged. She can make better decisions. She is more productive, more creative, and she's ready to face the rest of the day. And this is how Saunter works. It works with geolocation. So imagine that I work in Dumbo, and we have printed advertisings everywhere in the neighborhood showing the different types of breaks that we're offering and also the benefits of them. We also have digital ads, and the digital ads take the user or the potential user to the website. And this is where this person is gonna know more, a little bit more about the product. It's gonna have the step-by-step, so how you can use it. It's gonna be testimonials for people who are using it and the benefits that Saunter is bringing to them. And more importantly, this is where you download the app from. So you download the app and you install that in your computer. You create an account and you're good to go. Now, Saunter is gonna send you a list of breaks every day in the morning. So there's a reminder, check your break list. So here you have all the breaks that you're gonna take during the day. You're gonna go to the Brooklyn Roasting at 11 a.m. and it's gonna be a 20-minute break. Now, if you want more information, you just click here. It expands the window, and now you have information of every single break. You can also read about the place that you're going to, but let's say that you read about it and you didn't like it. So it's really hard for you, just by clicking on an arrow, it generates a new place for you to go. We also know that it's unrealistic for people to step away from their computers all the time. So we created this thing when you're taking your break in, so you can have breathing exercises or guided meditation so you don't have to step away from your computer. It's also super easy for you to add one more break and just delete it if you want to. And this is a feature that we're really excited about, is the smart scheduling. So this syncs to your calendar. So once you click on, so we're never scheduling a break when you have an important meeting or an important phone call with someone. Also, sometimes you don't want to take breaks by yourself. So here, I'm inviting my amazing friend Michael to go and take a break with me and see the Pebble Beach. And that's it. These are the features that you're gonna have to deal with every day. But if you want to change the general settings, here, some people, they start working at different hours, not at 9:30, at 10. Some people don't like 3 breaks, they want 2 or 5. And also, creativity is really important for us. So we created this page where you can collect all the ideas that you had based on the breaks that you had. So just imagine you went to the coffee shop and you had this amazing idea, but you don't remember about the idea. You can just go click on the place and then we're gonna tell you what the idea was. And that's it for Saunter. So 5 minutes before every break, we're gonna just ask you to say, yes, I'm taking the break, and we're gonna send information to your phone. So you have the map, you have the tips about the place. So let's say it's an amazing day outside and they have an amazing garden, so we're gonna tell you that. And that is the market. This is a $3.72 trillion market. And these are the big players. So Fitbit and Headspace, they dominate the market, and they are our competitors. But the good thing about Saunter is that we don't generate 100% of the content. We also house content from different apps. So we can have guided meditation sponsored by Headspace. We can have breathing exercise by Calm, or cool down when you're sauntering around the block. Fitbit can count the amount of steps or calories burned or your heart rate. We also have merch, things we believe are going to help people to disconnect from work, and things that people use during breaks. And look, this is not gonna change. We're not gonna work less, especially nowadays with technology. So this is a good time for us to start this conversation and try to fix this problem, because the way we're working right now is literally killing us. Thank you very much.